Hello, this is Dorothy Smith. I'm a close to my heart independent consultant, and today I am doing the Choose to Shine card kit. I don't know that it's available in the most recent catalog, but if you purchase this card kit and you haven't done it yet, I will help you with some little hints on how to make it a little bit easier. So I like this, just a note to brighten your day, to chase the clouds away. Is that a great sentiment? And choose to shine. So we're using clover, mint, sapphire, and lemon inks to make this kit. And I went ahead and did all of the cutting, which is very simple. The elements that were in green there are fussy for stamping and fussy cutting, so not that big of a deal, nothing hard to do. Some extra clouds, and what's nice about this stamp set is the clouds and the little banner and the circle all have stitching around them, which is real popular right now. And so I'm not going to lie, I had some problems with this, making this video, so I can only show one each of the cards, and I'm glad to have that. So the first thing I'm going to do is the center part of the card for the first one here, the Choose to Shine card. And there's a bunch of really cute stamping on it. We have grass from this cardstock, and that will go down as a second generation ink. And we have a banner. That's a banner that I put on my clear block there. And it gets stamped with the mint ink. And mint is a super, super light ink, as you can see. So the next thing I'm going to do is the grass, I believe. Don't see where the grass is. Did I tell you this video was problematic? I'm telling you, it was problematic for me. So it's a second generation, which I didn't get a good stamping there because I didn't have my little sponge under my stamp. So there's a better second generation or first generation stamp. And so I'm raising this about, well, that's about 3/4, 7/8 of an inch up from the bottom. It should only actually be about 1/2 inch up from the bottom. And on this stamp set, there's some little flowers, and there are stems that go both to the right and to the left. They curve a little bit one way and curve a little bit the other way. So they kind of look like little dancing flowers on the grass. So you want to alternate those to make them look kind of whimsical. And then with the little flower, there's a bigger flower and a little tiny flower. So I'm going to do the little bit bigger flower in the lemon, and then clean it off a little bit and get the smaller flower and ink it in the mint, and then I'll do the alternating flowers in the mint. So they came out real cute. I like these little flowers. Like I said, it's very whimsical looking, very light and airy and cheery. So go ahead and finish up my flowers there. And the next thing I'm going to do is the circle in mint. And this circle, like I said, has a stitched edge around it. And the mint gives just a very light background. It almost looks like a second generation. It's so light. Excuse me. And then there are some very tiny letters that go in the center of the circle called, it just says Choose to. And then the big sentiment that I've stamped in sapphire is Shine. So Choose to Shine. And then the other little stamp in this kit is just a little teeny circle. And so what you do is just stamp first, second, even third generation stamps around the shine, just to kind of add a little interest around the white area, around shine. And then this zip strip off of the background and texture paper kind of reminds me of a picnic tablecloth. So it's real cute. Everything about this is just really cheery to me. And so actually the grass and the little picnic table zip strip are supposed to be on top of each other. That's why I say you just want to stamp the grass at 1/2 inch up from the bottom. But I'm putting the little ribbon that comes with this kit in between. And so this ribbon is very pretty. It's white with gold on the top and bottom of it, and very, very easy to work with, pretty soft, so pretty easy to make, very easy to make bows with, and which is good because I forgot to bring my bow easy with me to make a bow. So I am going to put the bow on the ribbon on the lower left hand side, and I'm going to attach it with a very small glue dot. So this works out perfectly for this ribbon. This ribbon accepts these Tombow and the glue dot readily, so no problem. I'm going to add a couple of more banners to the front side by the mint green banner. The little yellow piece there is, I'm going to cut a dovetail on it and put it next to the mint. And then there's also a red check paper that I cut, a zip strip that I cut, that will go in between the two of them. So it just kind of adds a little zip to the upper corner there. And then the 1/2 inch strips in the background and texture paper are these tiny, tiny little flowers, which really match the stamp set. So they're just go along perfectly with the stamp set. And this stamp set could be used over and over again, no matter what paper you're using. This is a great stamp set to just say, hello, I'm thinking of you type card, and or a little boost up your morale card. So that the 1/2 inch flower strips go on either side. So the card to me has a lot of depth, and it's very, very cute. I really like it a lot. Now the opposite side of that flowered paper is the lemon yellow paper that has kind of a dotted pattern on it. So this card is going to be a horizontal card, and the cardstock that's going in the middle of this, it gets a very cool scallop. Now that circle that we put the Choose to Shine stamp in is going to make a scallop. So we're just going to put half of the circle on the card. And so I'm using the scrap paper that I get from various agencies that I give money to. And I'm measuring my stamp, putting it 2 lines up from the edge of the cardstock. I put the cardstock on one line and then went did the stamp 2 lines up from that. And so it gave me a very even scalloped edge there. And so there's the one cloud that went directly on the cardstock, and this is one of the clouds that I cut out, did the fussy cutting with. I had stamped it and then fussy cut it. Got a little smudge of ink there where it doesn't belong. And then the sentiment about chasing the clouds away is going on a double layer of the flowered paper and white daisy cardstock stamped in sapphire. And so I think that came out. I really like the way we're using just a little edge of the flowered cardstock so it's not too busy. And the dot is going to go on this card also in first and second generation, plus a couple of colors. So I'm using mint, and I'm also using the lemon yellow to make dots on this card. The other element that we cut out, that we did some fussy cutting, were banners. And these banners are going to get tucked under the sentiment on top of the flowered paper, because there isn't a whole lot of room towards the bottom. So that goes well under there, and you can just add a little bit more Tombow to hold it in place. And so let me see what I'm doing here. I think I'm going to try to hide my smudge on the cloud with a butterfly. That's what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that to the yellow. And then I'll be putting a strip of the white and gold ribbon that will wrap. It won't wrap, but it will go under the yellow, lemon yellow cardstock and over the white. So you're not going to have raw edges of the ribbon showing on the inside of the card, because they're going to get tucked under the background paper there. So I'm just going to cut it down so there's just a small amount that's going to get tucked under the yellow paper, along with some Tombow to hold it in place. And I really like the way this card is coming out. It's coming out looking really, really cute. And then I'm going to make another bow with this wonderful ribbon and put it in the lower left-hand corner also. And then it also will get attached with the glue dot. So if you have some of these little paper pads that come with, asking for money, they're really great. I have a whole bunch of them from the agencies that I give money to. So hold on to them and use them for your scrap work, for measuring, for seasoning your stamps, for seeing if you like the way your technique is coming before you put it directly on your cardstock. Of course, I made another ink blob, so I'm adding another butterfly. Embellishments cover up all sorts of things. So I really like my little cards from this Choose to Shine card kit. And I'm taking the envelopes because I like to put a little design on the outside of the envelope as a little hint of what's inside. And so I'm going to take 3 of the tiny stamps that are on this card set. So that butterfly, and there's a little heart, and also the flower. And I'm going to make a little triangle out of the stamps and stamp them in various colors. I may have used all of the colors eventually in all the envelopes, because there were most of our card kits make 12 cards. So anyway, I'm going to do the sapphire. I want to call it sapphire ink, and put it down in the lower corner there, and then just do a second generation. So there's my decorated cards. I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed doing it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Dorothy Smith. Thanks for watching my video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel and learn along with me. Thanks. Bye-bye.